Well, welcome to video 12. You made it to the very end. You hopefully have watched all 11 videos. If this is the very first video that you watched, there are 11 more that you missed. This whole series has basically been, here it is, 5-minute conversations of just who we are. Who we are as Christ followers, who we are as Catalyst Church, who is in our DNA. So video 12 is basically the climax of it. It's like if you just do video 12, if we do this topic, everything else, it'll just happen. It'll just be happen. So Catalyst Church, we are to love. That's what we're doing. We're just supposed to love. That's it. Just to love. Our job is to love like Christ, to be love. So God is love. And if we are followers of Jesus, followers of God, we need to love. Now, all the Old Testament had all these laws and regulations on leading to loving others, loving the outcast, loving people, and ultimately loving God. It was built into it. So in the New Testament, Jesus comes and gives us a new covenant in his blood and basically says, hey, we're going to start all over again, but we're going to make it so simple. And it's basically this: love the Lord your God with, there it is, all. Everything. Notice it's a surrender to him as the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Another passage said all your strength. This is the first and greatest command. In other words, if you just love, like literally love sacrificially God, and just say, my life exists to love you, God. The second part of this about love, will just happen. It just naturally happens because the love that you have from God will bear fruit because you're abiding in him and you're making disciples. And so it'll just happen from the place of love. So from the very beginning, ladies and gentlemen, do you know Jesus? Do you know Jesus? Have you received truly his love, or have you received religion? My prayer for you is that you receive his love. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life with him. Why? Because he loves you. And the result of him loving you is you should love him. And when you love him with everything, not love the world, not even love the people that you love, but love God, will result in loving others. And that's what it says. And the second is like this: love your neighbors. And who's your neighbors? Anybody you come in contact with. Your next door neighbors, the people at work, everyone. People at the church building, people who are done you wrong, love them, period. There's no rules. And then it says all the law, Old Testament, all the law hang on these two commandments. So literally, ladies and gentlemen, if you belong to Catalyst Church and you're a Christ follower, the question is, are you loving? Now, you might say, well, I love by hospitality, I love by serving. If hospitality, giving, mission work, whatever, is what you do, but you don't do with love. In other words, I'm going to serve out of obligation, and you don't serve out of love. It's not love. It's not from the place of love. But this is what Scripture says. This is vitally important. Okay, if I speak in tongues of men or angels, but don't have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I prophetic powers and be able to understand all the mysteries and knowledge, and if I have all faith and I can remove mountains but have no love, I gain nothing. And if I give all I have and talk about the poor and giving your life up, and deliver my body to be burned, and not love, I gain nothing. But then it says, so this is what love is. Love is action, word, verb. This is an action. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. It is not rude. It does not insist in its own way. Talk about humility. It's not irritable. It's not resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoice in the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes in all things, endures all things. Catalyst Church, Christ followers of Jesus Christ, we are called to love. Period. The end. If you are going to serve, unify, hospitality, give, the whole list of these 11 videos that you just talked about, if you don't do it with love, reconsider why you're doing it. Because if you do it from the place of loving God because he first loved you and loving others, and you do these other things in the place of love, you will not get burnt out. You will not be dismayed. You will desire to do these 11 things from the place of love because God's going to give you the power to do it. So love God with all, and then love others by doing these other things, and then living out the fruit of abiding in him, discipling, being disciplers by, ladies and gentlemen, as it says here, love. Love is who we are.